Good morning, my dear students. This is me, Mrs. Nurhan. Our lesson today is Unit 8. We're going to revise Unit 8 and we're going to skip through the slides to remember vocabulary list 1 and 2, and then we're going to answer some exercises. So let's start. So the first word is peace, which is a situation or a period of time when there is no war or violence in an area. An example would be, if you wish for peace, be prepared for war. So what's the antonym of the word peace? What is the opposite of peace? Yes, war. Tribes, a group of people who have the same customs, language, and religion living in an area and have one chief. For example, the invaders quickly subjected the local tribes. The word war, it's a fight between two or more countries. For example, Japan declared war on Germany. Can you see the soldiers? What are they wearing? What are they doing? Okay, let's move on. Argue, to speak angrily to somebody because you disagree with them. He's always willing to argue for what is right. See, the man and the woman are arguing. Brave, not afraid and willing to do things which are difficult or dangerous. The child was very brave before the surgery. Wise, able to make sensible decisions and give good advice. Many receive advice, only the wise profit by it. Nation, it's a country where people share the same language, culture, and history. For example, the whole nation wants peace. Battle, what is the meaning of battle? Is it a noun or a verb? To move a small boat through the water using a paddle. For example, paddle your own canoe. Okay, now with the word float, is to move slowly on water or in the air. Antonym, sink. Do you see? Do you see the red pole? Yes, it's floating. And the blue one? Yes, this is the difference between the word sink and float. Weapon, it's an object like a knife, gun, or a palm used for fighting or attacking somebody. He reached for the weapon with a shaking hand. Chief is the leader or ruler of a group of people or a tribe. So a chief is the ruler of a tribe. For example, in the chief's view, the use of force was fully justified. Warrior is a person who fights in a battle or a war. For example, he was hot-headed warrior, always too quick to shed blood. So a warrior he's a person who fights in a battle. Fierce, angry or aggressive in a way that's frightening. The famous boxer killed a fierce wolf with his bare hands. What is this? This is a bow. It's a weapon for shooting arrows. An example? A man without money is a bow without an arrow. What What is this man doing? Yes, he's shooting an arrow. So an arrow is a weapon consisting of a thin straight stick with a sharp point designed to be shot from a bow. For example, a word is no arrow, but it can pierce the heart. It can hurt the heart or break the heart. Evil means wicked or immoral. For example, evil news rides fast, while good news fades later. What can you see? It's a monster, yes, very good. A large, ugly, and frightening imaginary creature. A monster is a large, ugly, and frightening imaginary creature. An example: the monster roared and gnashed its teeth. Ugliness, the quality of having an unpleasant appearance. He was depressed by the extreme ugliness of the city. Hatred, it's the intense dislike or hate. The opposite or the antonym is love. Love and hatred are polar feelings. Look at the picture. Do they like each other? I don't think so. Grief. Grief is a feeling of intense sorrow or sadness. For example, he who talks much of his happiness summons grief. And the last word, horror. It's an intense feeling of fear or shock or disgust. People watched horror as the small plane crashed to the ground. They watched it in horror. Now let's start answering some exercises. Mohang is an Indian place, tribe, or river. Yes, it's an Indian tribe. Very good. Max argued, ran, walked much with his father about spending the vacation in France. Do you think it's ran? Ran much with his father? No. Walked much with his father? No. Of course, it's argued. The boat floats, swims, runs on the surface of the river. Super easy. The boat floats. The enemies are asked to play, sit, put down their weapons, and to surrender. They are asked to put down their weapons and to surrender. Okay. The chief of the tribe was he had snakes on his head. Do you think he was good? Happy? Of course not. He was very fierce. My sister loves watching movies, but I get scared from them. Comic movies, drama movies, horror. Yes, horror. A hideous, nice, kind monster attacked the helpless villagers. Which word is the correct one? Hideous monster, a nice monster attacked, or a kind monster attacked the helpless villagers? Yes, of course, it's a hideous. Our brave army won the war corps against the enemy in 1973. Yes, war. It's easy. The peacemaker tried to prevent Hatred, happiness, sadness between tribes. Yes, he tried to prevent hatred. He was unable to recover from his son's death. Yes, his son died, so he was unable to recover from. Of course, he won't be happy. Yes, it's grief. She was coward, shy, brave enough to tell the truth. That's an easy one. She was brave enough to tell the truth. I'm older and wiser, heavier, weaker after 10 years in the business. I am older and wiser. The police haven't found the scissors, weapon, pigeon used in the crime. Of course, it's the weapon. The tiger's two fierce, smooth, calm eyes glared in the dark forest. Fierce eyes, very good. Okay, exercise 2, fill in the gaps with a suitable word. So you're gonna choose one word from list 1 or 2 to complete the sentences. Number 1, there used to be many Indian in North America. There used to be many Indian tribes. Very good. I don't space so much with my mom. I always agree on what she says. Argue. Very good. We don't argue with our parents. The police asked the criminals to put down their weapons. So easy. The rubber duck on the water surfs. That's an easy one. Floats. Very good. We should work to make our space the dots of all nations. We should work to make our nation the best of all nations. She was overcome with after her father's death. She was overcome with grief after her father's death. My favorite reading stories are space stories, though I got scared sometimes. Horror stories, very good. The giant in the story was he always attacks weak people. Fierce. Okay, thank you.